Now, a 10 News Morning Original. New reporting first at 6.
Liver disease is killing more young adults than ever before. Experts say a rise in alcohol use is a main cause.
And 10 News reporter Jared Aarons looked into these new numbers. And Jared, this is pretty shocking, this startling trend, especially here in California.
Yeah, California is among the top 5 states in deaths among young adults from liver disease. And experts say it may not be because of how much we drink, but because of what's in what we drink. And I'll give you an example that kind of illustrates this. You have, say, a regular Bud Light. It's got 4.2% alcohol. Now, we're a microbrew city. Everybody knows that here in San Diego. So some of the local microbrews, like this one, 6% alcohol. Here's one from San Marcos that's got 8% alcohol in it. I've even seen some at bars as much as 10% or more. So that's more alcohol in the same amount of drinks. And experts say we really need to start watching what we're putting into our body. Joe Hansen and his friends are out for a few last drinks before they end their vacation in San Diego.
This is a mango margarita with, I don't know however many things that are in it, but it tastes very good.
Joe says he usually watches how many he has, but not how much alcohol is in each drink.
You don't usually think about that when you're sitting down to have a cocktail. It kind of ruins the atmosphere.
Maybe he and everyone else should. A new study in the British Medical Journal says the number of young adults who died from liver disease has tripled since 2000, with alcohol as the main factor. That pairs up with a rise in binge drinking, or having 4 or more drinks in 4 to 6 hours. Local experts say alcohol content in things like craft beer means more people may be binging without realizing it.
If somebody was having highly concentrated alcohol, then they're consuming more drinks per hour, and that will have detrimental effects on the liver, for sure.
Rising obesity rates in America makes the problem worse, as diseases like diabetes combined with alcohol make liver problems more dangerous. The CDC recommends no more than 2 drinks per day and says deaths like this are entirely preventable.
Once you stop alcohol use, you can reverse complications related to it in majority of cases.
The study says they're seeing the rise in deaths in the same among men and women, although men in general are 4 times as likely to get liver disease. Now, there's a lot more to this, including 4 questions that you should ask yourself to figure out whether or not you need to cut back on your alcohol intake. We have that on 10news.com. In the Live Center, Jared Aarons, 10 News.
All right, Jared, thank you very much. All right, so let's take you to the White House this morning, where President Trump's former attorney now implicating him in campaign finance violations. Michael Cohen reached a plea deal yesterday for illegally paying hush money to silence 2 women who claimed to have had sex with the president. Now, he told the judge he was, quote, working in coordination and at the direction of a candidate for federal office. Cohen's lawyer says the president should now be held responsible.
It was a crime for President Trump to direct Michael Cohen to the crime of a campaign finance donation that exceeded the legal limitations.
Prosecutors say Cohen was then reimbursed by the Trump Organization. Despite that, President Trump has long said he had no knowledge of all or any payments.
There's a cover-up here by our now President of the United States that is undeniable. He directed Michael Cohen to make this payment of $130,000.
The president's current legal team says there's no allegation of wrongdoing against the president and that Cohen's actions reflect a pattern of lies. And Jared, is the president tweeting about this?
He is. We've been waiting all morning for this, guys. It just came out a few minutes ago. These are his first public comments about Michael Cohen since he pleaded guilty yesterday. And here's the tweet. You can read it for yourself. It says, quote, if anyone is looking for a good lawyer, I would strongly suggest that you don't retain the services of Michael Cohen. Cohen admitted that President Trump told him to pay off a couple of women to keep affairs secret right before the election. Those payoffs have been deemed violations of federal campaign finance laws. In the Live Center, Jared Aarons, 10 News.
All right, Jared, thank you very much. The meteorologist Megan